G'day YouTube. Today's episode is interior door panels. Since I rebuilt this Suzuki, I've been running it with no interior door panels, and up here in the north it gets kind of cold and cold creeps through, and besides I want to finish it, so what I'm going to do is diamond plate, just like you can buy from low range off-road or other places in the US. These I just got made up at metal supermarkets in Edmonton, and I've got the old panels and I'm just gonna put them on here, trace it, cut out what I have to do, the little spot for your handles and your door window cranks and your handles, and then probably drill these out, put riv nuts in, and 1/4x20 Allen button head bolts in there. I also got some thin diamond plate that I'm going to use for entry plate right down here. I think it'll be cool, and it'll match with the rest of the interior panels. So these are 16th inch, and the door panels are going to be 1/8 inch. And cost wise, probably by the time you order these pre-made diamond panels from the States, you pay shipping and duty and taxes. Here in Canada, it'd probably run you close to 300 Canadian to get all 4 panels. I believe I've got all the materials I need for about 200 Canadian, and I'll show you what materials and stuff we need here to finish this job. So anyhow, let's go over and have a look at the materials that I've got. So near as I can tell, I've got all this stuff here that I need to do this project. I'm just going to set them out of the way as I go through them. You need some butyl, this is a synthetic rubber, and some poly, and one of these guns for installing the butyl or silicone or whatever. Some poly that goes on the door panels like they were factory before you put these new units on. Now there's spray glues, 2 different types of spray glues. I couldn't find this stuff at first the other day. This is what I prefer, 3M Super 77. So I picked up this Elmer's spray adhesive, and I seem to remember using this stuff before on a different project, and it wasn't what I wanted. Doesn't seem to have the holding power. It seemed to release easier, if I remember right. So I eventually found this 3M Super 77 at Walmart. So then you probably need a tape measure, marker to draw your stuff on there. I picked up a bunch of stainless button head screws, and those are what's going to hold on my panels. The door sill plates are going to be just riveted on. A bunch of riv nuts, 1/4x20 riv nuts. You'll need a drill with the proper drill bit diameter so these riv nuts can slip into the hole. A drill just slightly bigger than 1/4 inch for your screws to go through the panel. And the original door panels had this stuff here. Still in decent shape, but I'm going to I bought some new stuff here, and it's not as wide, but I'm just going to cut it to fit, and I'm going to spray glue it to the back of these diamond plate panels. My wife actually gave me the idea to do it that way. And you'll need probably, if you're going to do it this way, you'll need a riv nut installation tool like you see here. Screw your little threaded insert in, put your riv nut in, Works just like a pop rivet gun. Drive your riv nut into the hole, squeeze it, and it mushrooms out the back of the riv nut and holds it in place just like a rivet. Then you can run your bolt through there and hold it. You'll see later on in the video how that works. So that is pretty much all the stuff you might need, other than an Allen key to tighten up your bolts and stuff. That's pretty self-explanatory. I also picked up this little tool to run them little C-clips in behind the window cranks. It's, you know, you can run them in and you can run them out. Push them out with this end of the tool. Push them in with this end of the tool. So anyhow, let's get to it. I think it's going to be a pretty cool episode. You guys should enjoy it. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is write down inside and outside. I'll probably only need to write it on one side, but you'll need that so you don't get goofed up in your orientation once you pull these old clips out for tracing. Now remember, this is going to be the outside, this will be the inside against the door panel. Outside, that would be what's facing out, that's inside. So we'll put her up just like how we want it to be. Okay, so what I did here is I installed my plate for cutting it like an upright bandsaw. I took some of that spray glue and some of that foam and I glued it to the top of this plate so I don't scratch the nice shiny face of this on this steel plate here. So let's cut this out and see how she goes. Now I'm going to just use a cutoff wheel to cut through. should fit pretty good. And all I'm going to do is take this old door panel and it'll get me close. I'm just going to trace it out onto the poly. And get me close to the right size. It'll get me close to the right size, and instead of having all this extra poly hanging down, I'm trying to glue it on with the butyl. I just have this piece here. I can glue it on. I can cut my little slash out for the door handle here, and I can hold it on with the butyl and then trim the excess to fit, because it's not actually, it actually gets glued in, I think, just slightly smaller than this panel, if I remember right. So, let's just cut this out quick. We'll scuff up the backside and then we'll glue that foam on. Back of this with acetone, just to get any oils or greases off of it, so that the glue will stick proper. Alright, so we're just going to spray some Super 77 down on this foam. This is an S drill bit, a letter S drill bit, and it seems to be bang on size for the riv nut to slide in. So you drill these little plastic inserts out. Nut gun. A bunch of rib nuts. And the insert tool here. You can see the insert tool. Take this tool here. Thread the insert into it. Give it a snugging. Thread this on, and then this thing gets threaded in, and then when you pull the handle, it mushrooms this back end and goes tight into the hole. as you will see here. So we'll show you here, we'll put one in here like this, and you just squeeze. And there it is, pulled in tight. Okay, so I had to make this tool to kind of chamfer the holes on this diamond plate, you know, so that these flathead screws, these pan head screws, will sit flush on the plate. So you'll see. And all it is a 1/2 inch bolt, and then I turned this on the lathe and I made like a 1/4 inch pilot. And then I just took a Dremel tool and I cut these slots into it so that it'll cut the diamonds off this diamond plate so that the bolt will sit flush. I'll show you close here. So hopefully this works. Here we can watch it cut. So then it'll sit flush down in there. So let's see how it fits then. I started making the rear panel. I traced it out, and these had a clip that slipped in through here and it offset, so the hole is actually up here on the Suzuki. So I'm going to have to offset drill these holes and hope that I'm accurate. So anyhow, I can only cut so much on my saw because of the width, so I can't actually cut this out with the saw, so I cut as much as I could with it. That way I have less to do with the die grinder, because this is not exactly the best way to do it. It works. Okay, so let's see how this fits. Okay, so think we've got it fitting pretty close here now. All the diamond plate installed, looks pretty good. Fairly simple job, took quite a few hours, some special tools and whatnot. But anybody can do it with a little bit of persistence and know-how. And I think it looks pretty good. It should insulate it some. Should be a good deal. Alright, welcome back here YouTube. And today we're just going to put these diamond plate entry plates on just something I had cut up from a piece of 1/16 inch checker plate, aluminum checker plate. And all I'm going to do is drill a couple of holes, 8 holes, put a little bit of this butyl on underneath this, and just plain old rivet it on. Simple enough. And I'm shooting outside today because I thought it's such an awesome spring day. Snow's melting finally. Spring's almost here. That'd be a great day to do this. So let's get out of here. And I like to just do a couple of holes just to pre-set where I want it. That way it'll hold it. Be smiling. So there you have it. Super simple. Just a 1 3/4 inch wide strip, 25 inches long. And I put the rivets roughly every 6 inches, wherever it works out, so I'm not, going through one of these checkers. Put a little butyl underneath there to stop water from getting underneath, and creating rust. And yeah. Pretty much just looks cool, doesn't really serve much structural or 4x4 purpose, but it does look darn cool. So anyhow, thanks for watching Suzuki Evolution. Subscribe, share, and like these videos, and leave some comments down below if you want to see anything different, want me to change up how I'm doing these videos, if I need to speak up louder or whatever. So until next time, thanks for watching Suzuki Evolution. Catch you guys later.